Also, I have opted not to play music for today's flow because I think it's great and wonderful. If you want to listen to nature, great, you're outside. If you want to listen to your own favorite music and not what I have, then you can do that. So you can turn on your music now and you're muted so it won't show up on video. And if anybody else joins, then they can just pop right in. And so to start our practice, this is going to be a melt to power flow. So it is going to be challenging in some ways. We're going to challenge our balance. We're going to challenge our strength. But I also like to offer modifications because sometimes even if you've been practicing for a while, you show up on the mat and you're just maybe a little bit more humble that day. So you'll have that opportunity if you want to take it, and you'll also have opportunities to advance your practice. So just make sure to keep checking in with your body and continue to breathe. On that note, we're going to start with some breath work. Kapalabhati, breath of fire, is one of my favorite ways to warm up our bodies. So you've done the right thing. You've taken a sukhasana. So let's come to sit on our bottoms, cross-legged. Okay. And sitting up nice and tall. So you have your block. If you want to take your block underneath your sits bones for this breath work, it's always nice to do that. It can help to aid us in breathing a little bit better since it lifts the diaphragm and opens up the chest. But if you prefer to just sit on the ground, go ahead and do that. All right, so first we just want to figure out how are we most comfortable with our hands. If you've never done breath of fire before, you can bring your right hand or your left hand to your belly, and this serves the purpose of feeling that contraction response. If you've never done it, I suggest bringing your hand to your belly. So basically, we'll just do a little practice round before we get started, okay? And I'll cue you when we do start the real deal. First, I want you to just push your belly out and take a really deep breath. So big diaphragm breath. In through the nose, and then punch your navel really fast and breathe out of your nose. So notice the sinuses let loose a little bit, and that's the whole point of Kapalabhati, breath of fire. Skull shining breath means we're going to let loose our sinuses. So if that happens, have no fear, it's normal. So let's just take a moment to close our eyes. We're going to relax for just a second. Begin to breathe in through your nose, slow and soft. Not breath of fire, just normal, natural breathing. Soft and subtle on the exhalation. Just taking a couple of deep, slow breaths here, coming into that perfect state of calm. So we want to initiate all of our practices from this place of calm, from equanimity, and try to carry that intention through our practice, even in a power flow class. Good. And then we're going to begin our first round of Kapalabhati, breath of fire. Take a deep breath in, belly is soft and open, and punch the navel, and begin. In repetition, punch, punch, punch. Think of pumping the air from the diaphragm. Keep sitting up nice and tall. We want to find rhythm, so only go as fast as you're able to maintain that contract release. Halfway there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in. You can relax your arms. And a slow, gradual breath out. Let that heat spread. Good. Second round. Inhale through your nose. Maybe your hand finds your belly. And punch the navel in. Maybe you go a little faster this time now that you have some heat in the body. Start to feel that burn rising up. That's the fire we want to top us. Halfway there. 5, 4, keep breathing, Suzanne. 3, 2, 1. Inhale through your nose and sigh it away. Good. Now with your next inhalation, turn that breath around and find ujjayi. So constrict your throat muscles. Switching pranayama now, we want to mimic the sound of oceanic waves, and now we're sipping air like sipping wine. Maintain this beautiful mantra-like breath throughout your practice. Use it as an anchor. So go ahead and take that block out from underneath your bottom. And let's come to all fours. Maybe you rock forward, maybe you bring your knees off toward the side. Give a wide spread to your fingers. Your middle fingers traditionally point forward. If you have sensitive wrists, maybe the index do. And then we're going to start with some cat-cow here. So as you inhale, drop your belly, pull back on your palms and try to bubble your heart forward. Exhale into cat pose, right? This is an inversion. You get your head below your heart, you breathe out. Inhale into cow belly, drops, open up your chest. And exhale, push and round your spine, resist the earth and hug your hips to your chin. Keep going, breath to movement. If this feels nice, if this feels like it's working some heat into your vertebrae, keep doing this. I always encourage a little exploration and trying new things. So if you've never done barrel rolls, start to move your body in a circular fashion, like you're drawing a big circle with your ribs all the way around. Imagine that you're in a barrel. So you're just incorporating that C shape on either side of your body, along with cat-cow. Lubricating the ribs, starting in one direction with those circles. The arms stay straight. Or maybe you're just in cat-cow mode, that's okay too. If you're in barrel roll mode, reverse the circles, go the opposite way to even yourself energetic. Keep breathing. Let's hear that ujjayi. One more. Come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes under, find downward dog. Lift your sits bones up and back. And your first downward dog always has its own little ritual. So whatever your tradition is here, maybe you pedal your legs. I like to shake out my hair, shimmy my shoulders, kind of loosen up the body. And then really press into your palms. Find a slight bend to your knees. You're moving your body weight toward the back half of the mat while lifting your tailbone up and knitting your ribs in case you have hyper flexibility of your spine. Do not dump your heart. Take a really big breath in here. Audibly let it go. One more inhale. Release some heat, exhale. Good, lift your heels, bend your knees a lot. Let's stretch the soles of the feet as we start to hover our knees over the mat. Good, and then lift your sits bones up. Start to walk your hands towards the back of the mat. We're going right into a broad ragdoll at the back of the mat. So inch by inch, lock your hands back. Keep that bend in your knees and fold forward. You're gonna relax your head and neck. Cross your arms, let your upper body be super loose here. You can sway gently from side to side, you can bob up and down if it feels good. I always kind of prefer stillness here for some reason. Bringing a little weight into the bottom of the feet. Firing up those quads and feeling the hamstrings start to open. We're here for 10 seconds. Breathe into that sensation. I know this can be a lot early on, but you will thank me later. One more big breath. Good, and then release those hands down, little bend to knees. We're just gonna walk it forward into high plank pose, coming all the way to the top of the mat here. Now engage your core through plank, right? We want the hips with high shoulder, no sagging of the hips. Drop down to your right forearm, drop down to your left forearm. You're in forearm plank and you're resisting the mat, pushing your shoulders backwards. Softly bend your knees, and let's begin to tippy toe our feet a little closer towards our elbows. So we're moving into like a half dolphin pose, really activating through those shoulders. Pull your navel up towards your spine. Keep resisting the mat. Push your shoulders back. Concave your chest and create some space between your scapula. Take another deep breath. Keep lifting that tailbone up. Good. And then start to walk your feet back into your forearm plank. Push into your right palm, push into your left palm. Downward facing dog is our relaxation. Breathe here. Very good. We'll be coming back to that pose later. Let's lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, tippy-toe your way or walk to the top of your mat, bringing your big toes to touch this time. So we're going to inhale to a half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. I always like bringing my hands to my shins for starters. Push into your palms and actively lengthen your crown forward. And in that new leg, forward fold, exhale. Take a little bit in your knees, start to stack your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Come all the way up to standing. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. Wide spread to your fingers. Let's root into our heels, sweep up, reach up. Palms connect. Asta Tadasana. Let's see if we can glue the pinky fingers together. In fact, press them with some effort to find some heat. Cross your thumbs, lift your chest higher. Take a deep breath in. And then slide your hands to heart center, bowing to soft. Anjali Mudra. Inhale, arms go high. Interlace your fingers this time, steeple grip. We're going right into, here's what steeple grip looks like, little peaceful pistol, index finger extended. We're going right into our half moon. So again, squeeze your glutes right into your heels. Let's start to lift the left shoulder up, causing the upper body to hinge towards the right. Pushing the hips to the left. And maybe you only start by going halfway. Feel your body start to open as you keep lifting through your left rib cage. Roll your right shoulder slightly forward. Find some depth for 3. Very beautiful. 2 and 1. Bring it back to center and immediately switch. Right shoulder lifts. Right rib cage lifts. Looking good. Great. Pressure hips to the right. Roll that left shoulder slightly forward. Find your depth for 3. Stay to the bottom of your back. 2. 1, all the way up to center, and a little back bend here. So you can keep your hands glued, or you can goal post your arms, whatever feels best. But lift your chest. Inhale, reach and stack. Exhale, swan dive or bow. Little bend to the knees as you fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha, like we practice. Maybe fingers graze the mat. Hands down, step it back to your high plank pose. And let's begin to hinge forward, core engage. Lower halfway chaturanga. Option to drop to your knees. Anytime you need to modify your chaturanga, hold it. Don't let your shoulders dip below elbow height. And then we are going to release all the way down. Untuck your toes. Squeeze your thighs together like you have a tail. Right now, your hands are under your shoulders, but I want you to slide them to mid-rib cage. Take them back an inch or 2. Press into your palms. Take King Cobra to start. So we lift up a little higher than our baby cobra here. Our arms are really active. Roll your shoulders back and see if you can pull back on your palms. Create a lot of heat in the body. Take a deep breath. I know you feel it. Exhale, release, navel, chest, and chin. Slide your inner wrists down your ribs 1 more inch, last rib. Press into your palms, upward dog, thighs are firm. Lengthen the sides of your neck. Again, pull back on your palms. The more you lift and open your chest, the more you come out of your low back. Engage your core and send your tailbone high. Adho Mukha. Svanasana, down dog. Stay for a breath. Good. We're going to go 1 full sun salutation 8. Let's lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. You can step, walk, or hop top of mat. Find your half lift lengthen. And exhale, bow and fold. Press down, rise and reach to Tadasana. Come up with intention. Hands to heart center. And always coming back into our integrity here. Inhale, mountain pose. Steeple grip or Asta Tadasana, pinkies glued. Up and over to the right side, hinge, half moon, 3, 2, find your depth, 1, inhale, center, stack your spine, and switch, left side, hips to the right, 3, 2, 1, beautiful, come to center, and back bend, open your mouth this time, let it go audibly. Inhale, reach up, exhale, swan dive or bow, forward fold. Very beautiful, Suzanne, inhale, half lift. Hands to the mat, chaturanga. And of course, if you have a float back, please feel free to add on here. Lower halfway, right into your upward facing dog this time and savor that breath. Exhale, core engaged, roll over your toes. Adho Mukha and breathe. Always try to send that breath down to your tailbone. Oxygenate your body. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, come to the top of your mat, step, walk, or hop. Halfway lift. Let's find a little deeper fold. Tiny bend to knees as we tuck our chin. We're now moving towards the chest. Pull yourself in, lift your sits bones up, stay for one breath. Very good, soften up. Inhale, rise, Tadasana. We're gonna keep hands, shoulders distance. We're gonna sink right into our chair. So sit low, bend your knees, sink your hips, Utkatasana. Bring your palms to connect above your head and cross your thumbs. You can always steeple grip if this feels a little bit challenging. Now, if you look down and you can't see your toes, sit back towards the inner heel. Make sure you can see them. If you look down and you can't see your toes, sit back a little bit further. Let's see if we can touch that chair. So sink deeper, deeper, deeper. Open up your heart. Try to look towards the sky. And exhale, forward fold. Let that heat go. Inhale to a half lift. Hands down. And we're going to try our Bakasana here today. So if you're modifying your practice or if you have shoulder injury, please feel free to separate your feet, turn your toes out, and go into a frog squat. Otherwise, lift your bottom up. I always walk my feet back a little bit here. Heels rise, knees to high tricep. Pull your inner elbows toward one another. Find that isometric engagement. Bring yourself to hinge into your fingertips so the whites of your nail beds are apparent. Lift your toes, squeeze your heels towards sits bones. Now round your back. Plug up and in through the pelvic floor. Option to float it through your chaturanga. Let's see it, Greg. I know you have it in you today. Beautiful work. And you can always step it back, high to low plank. Up dog. And downward dog. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Let's take it into scorpion here. So bend your right knee. Stack right hip on top of left. Lift that right knee up, up, up. Let's stretch the thighs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, knee to nose, tiger curl. As you come forward, shoulders over wrists, hollow your core, lift your left heel as high as you can and actually bring your nose to your knee. Inhale, Ekapada Adho Mukha, right leg lifts. Exhale, look forward, step that right foot through as long as you want your warrior one stance to be. Keep that in mind. Drop your left heel right where it is. Inhale, rise up. That way we don't have to adjust the feet when we come up into our warrior, right? If we're mindful in stepping through. So plug that right femur bone back, bend your right knee, keep it tracking over your ankle, lift from the back of your ribs and take a deep inhalation. Now we're going to lift up and out of the hips, pressing this right leg straight, turning towards the left for a Trikonasana. Real simple adjustment, but we want to be mindful of our hips and that we're not grinding when we move into that external hip rotation. Arms level with the earth, and let's send that left hip up. We're going to begin to hinge forward, reach and reach some more. Notice the length of your spine, then rotate your arms vertical. Once you're here, you need that block, you can always bring the floor closer. Let's work towards tucking that tailbone slightly and rolling that left shoulder open. For now, just take an extension, left arm long and keep the edge heavy. Stay for a big, beautiful breath in. Look how good this is in your spine. The bottom of your exhale will reverse. Come all the way up, reverse Trikonasana, like stretching a rubber band from big toe, lock this middle finger. Now bend your right knee, cartwheel your hands down, pause, bracket your right foot and square off your hips. You guys probably know where we're going now. We're gonna roll to the outer edge with both feet. Keep firming that left quadricep. Slide or step your right foot back for Vatsisthasana, side plank pose. Stack or stagger. Option to drop to your left knee if you need that little modification. And then start to tickle the earth with your right fingers and begin to stack your shoulders. Keep that rainbow shape in your body. Press that right hip slightly forward. Stay for a breath in. Reach a little taller. Beautiful form. And chaturanga. Square your shoulders. Lower halfway. Inhale and savor. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg high to the sky. Open up to scorpion. Stack your hips here. Press that left knee up and gently weigh your left shoulder down. Breathe out, knee to nose, tiger curl. Try to gain a lot of clearance from the earth. Actually touch your nose and your knee. Inhale your left leg high and step that left foot through with the deliberate stance. How long of a stance is your warrior one? Can you root in that right heel and not have to move it? Reach up, lift up. Tailbone heavy, crown lifted. Breathe. Now moving into our Trikonasana, we want to push the earth away and open up into that external hip rotation. 90-degree angle in that back right foot. Make sure that you're not sagging your left hip yet. Keep it lifted, arms level, and then that disco move. Right hip goes back, reach forward. Don't skip this step. This is what helps lengthen both sides of the spine. Rotate your arms 6 and 12 and try to look up past those right fingers. Roll your right rib cage back and extend. Utthita Trikonasana, right arm long. Stay to the bottom of your breath. And reverse it. Think of a rubber band on your big toe. Stretch it up and back. Bend your left knee, cartwheel your hands down and wrap your left foot. Right into our Vasisthasana. Make sure you're engaging your right thigh as you roll to the outer edge of both feet. Step that left one back. Stack or stagger. Option to modify. And then that left arm sweeps to the heavens. Rainbow shape in the body. Keep resisting the earth. Think about going tall through your arms. Exhale, float through Chaturanga, all on one breath out. Up, down. And downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Always give yourself time to oxygenate, to invite prana, life force, into your body. Good. And lift your heels, bend your knees, look where you want your feet to land. Let's take them there. Halfway lift at the top of the mat. Always deepening the holds. Each time we find our forward fold, tuck your chin, weight comes forward, lift your sits bones, 1 breath. This time go right into your chair pose. Sink your hips, bend your knees, sweep. Beautiful. We're adding on. Palms connect and hands find heart center. Begin to lean forward in your chair, revolve to the right. Keep those sits bones low. Pull your left femur bone back. That's going to help to level your pelvis a great deal. Then when you're ready, push your right palm into your left palm. Think about how this feels more than how it looks. Can you ring out from your navel, squeeze all 26 organs, option fly your arms. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, unwind, fold. Paddle it out. Shake out your hair, whatever's needed. Inhale, half lift, just as a little reset for the spine. Exhale, bow. Remember, deepening those folds. Inhale, Utkatasana, sit low. Second round, arms reach. Palms connect and slide your hands to heart center. Lean forward, revolve your chin to the left. Watch that right knee, it has a mind of its own. It wants to protrude forward. Pull it back. Then push your left palm into your right palm. Again, feel your body more than worry about how it looks here. When you ring out all 26 organs for detox, option to fly your arms, and then take a deep breath into that compression. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the mat, and by all means, optional crow pose if you are dying to get back into that arm balancing pose. Second round always feels just a little bit easier for me. Find your way to downward facing dog. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha. Breathe in. Adho Mukha. Breathe out. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Bend that right knee. Open up, scorpion. Lift up. Exhale, knee to nose. This time, please hold. Find that clearance. Push the earth away. Now flex your right foot. Look where you want it to land. See how delicately, how slowly can you bring that right foot forward. Much harder when we go slow. Lower your left heel, rise, warrior one. Again, adding on to our flow here. Square off your hips, square off your shoulders, hands to heart center. Lean forward, going right back into our revolution, but this time in our warrior one. If you have a hard time hooking your elbow to your outer right thigh, it's okay to lift your left heel here. Don't worry so much about that, but if you have the heel grounded, Push it down. Resist with your right thigh as you turn to the right. Pressing palms into one another, heart moving towards thumbs, and of course, option to open up your arms. Breathe in. Now listen really closely. Bring those hands back to heart center, but remain in your revolved warrior. Look towards your standing right toes. You have the option to stay here. You have the option to add on and begin to float your left foot. So we're gonna lean into that right foot, carrying all the weight forward. See if you can peel your left heel off the mat. Maybe those toes can hover an inch. Maybe they can lift all the way up off the ground. Can you flamingo in an extension for 3? Breathe in here, 2. 1, set that left foot back down and open up to your Trikonasana. Turn to face the left side of your mat. Hallelujah. Breathe in. Send your left hip back. Reach and extend. Go back into Utthita Trikonasana. Left arm extends past your crown. Inhale, reverse, sweep up. Reach up. Bend that right knee. Hands come down. And we go right into Vasisthasana. Roll to the outer edge of both feet. Step that right foot back. Right arm reaches. Leveling up this time, if it's an option for you, float that right leg. Give it 3 seconds. Breathe in, hip forward, right hip forward. Now, Ekapada Chaturanga, can you plant that right palm? If your right leg was lifted, keep it lifted here, lower halfway. Nice work. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing. Left leg high. Open up to scorpion pose. 1 deep breath here. And exhale, knee to nose. Remember, we're holding this time as we look forward, flexing those left toes, and then delicately stepping the left foot through. Much more challenging without momentum. Virabhadrasana 1, rise up. Find that length in your spine always before you twist. Hands to heart center. Lean forward, revolve to the left side. So take your time finding that hook. And if you need, you can always use your left hand for assistance and then bring the palms to stack. It's okay if your right heel lifts. That's just a matter of flexibility. Do what you can to press that right heel down and turn to the left. We're here for a breath, and you have an option to fly your arms. Continue to revolve and breathe into that compression. Hands to heart center. If you held on the other side, stay here. Otherwise, look towards your left foot. Start to lean forward, pressing off with those right toes. Seeing if you can lean far enough forward for this right foot to lift off the ground. Keep the leg extended. Inhale. As you exhale, set that right foot back down and then breathe in and open to Trikonasana. Readjust the stance for heel to arch. Send that right hip back. Exhale, lean forward, hinge, and rotate your arms vertical. Bring that right arm long past your crown, Utthita. And inhale to reverse it. Stretch the entire left side of your body. Exhale, bend your left knee. Arms come all the way down. Bracket that left foot. And side plank pose. Slide or step your left foot back. Rainbow shape in your body. Option to level up and float that left leg. Holding for 3. And 2, you're doing great. And 1, Ekapada Chaturanga. Square your hips, your shoulders, roll forward, left leg lifted. Beautiful. Inhale, shine your heart energy. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths here. And if you need, this is a good time to grab a sip of water or even to come down into your child's pose. Just checking up on you guys, looking really good. 2 more deep breaths. If you're in your downward dog, we're looking for spaciousness. Maybe pulling up on those quadriceps, opening up the back of your knees. Good. And we're all gonna meet in tabletop. So I always like to offer what I would call an interlude posture. We are gonna continue our flow, but first, Anahatasana, heart mounting pose. So if you need the space on your mat, you can actually walk it back a little bit because we'll be reaching forward. Keep your hips stacked on top of your knees, But start to reach and extend your arms towards the top of the mat or towards the top edge of the mat. Maybe you're off your mat. Lower your third eye down. And you can always place a block there if this feels like it's a little bit too much. The second option is for you to move towards child's pose. And if you're really tight, that will offer quite a good stretch, just as much as this one. But we want to try to allow the heart to continue to melt. Keeping the arms active in the inner elbow shining. Think of a little external rotation in your shoulders. So maybe a little added pressure into the pinky edges of your feet. Your low back lengthening, your tailbone lifting towards the sky. And finding that ujjayi breath once more. One more here. You feel your underarms beginning to respond and fascial tissue wanting to open up for you. Press into your palms, gently rise up. Now I challenge you to see if you can bend your elbows out here and lower down onto your forearms. If that doesn't work for you, find tabletop and then come into your Sphinx pose, walking your feet back. Otherwise, lower your pelvis down and create that 11 shape with your arms. Push the earth away, lengthening the sides of the neck, the ears away from the shoulders, and then begin to pull back on your hands. And you're gonna feel how this thrusts the heart forward. What's beautiful about this pose, and I think it's understated most of the time, we usually crunch our low backs so much in yoga. And so this posture offers a way out of that as we move the back bend up the spine. Let's incorporate a little neck stretch, looking towards the right, chin to right shoulder. Feel some heat on the right side of your neck as you do this. And then go opposite, turn your chin over to the left shoulder. Feel that heat like a hot rod on the left side of your neck. One more time to the right with effort. Keep pushing the earth away, keep pulling back on your palms. Now begin to move your right ear towards your right shoulder blade. And right where this little corner of your left jawline is, I want you to focus on lifting that corner of your jaw to the ceiling. Roll your left shoulder back, and you'll know when you feel it. Breathe into the left side of your neck. To counter that, chin to chest, a little rounding of our up and back. Other side, push the earth away and pull back with your palms. Turn your chin over to the left shoulder. Roll the right one back and then cock your head. So you're trying to lift this edge and corner of the right jaw to the ceiling. Breathe into that sensation. And then round through chin to chest. Very good. Come down, chest and chin, walking your hands underneath your shoulders. Now I challenge you to come right into your high plank pose. Tuck your toes under, engage your quads, pull your navel in, push the earth away, low all the way up to high plank. Option to pass through tabletop if that serves you better. And then we go right into downward facing dog. Let's begin to add on to our flow. Inhale, heels rise, bend your knees, look at the top of the mat, step, walk, or flip. Halfway lift, and deepen, tuck your chin. Inhale, right into Utkatasana, sitting lower than you have so far. Palms connect and draw that line to Anjali Mudra, hands up, heart center. We lean forward, and of course, revolve it to the right. Find your twist, pull that left knee back. This time, rather than fly your arms, hold. We're going to flamingo. Step into your right foot with effort, and then see if you can kickstand your left toes, that left heel lifting. Maybe from here, you float that left foot entirely. That's an add-on. Option to drag your left foot to the back of the mat, landing on the ball mount of that foot in a revolved crescent. Option to float it back, a little added challenge, and then gently set it down. Revolve your crescent to the right side. Now, if you like, open up your arms 6 and 12. Activate from your left thigh. Lift that left hip, don't let it sag. Let's blossom into warrior 2 this time, opening up the body, keeping the bend in the right knee, and finding that heel to arch alignment. Big fire here, and breathe into it. Relax your shoulders back and down and soften across your heart, but keep your arms firm. Look where you're pointing your bow and arrow and take a deep breath. Now as you exhale, hinge forward, reach forward, side angle, arms to 6 and 12. If you need that block, you can use it. Take it under your right hand. Let's go into a wrap today. Flipping your left palm, bring it behind you. So a wrap looks like this. Fingertips to right hip crease, or somewhere near there, and rolling that left shoulder open. Option to hold. If you have a full bind, peace fingers meet underneath this right thigh. Again, roll that left shoulder open. Today I'm going to offer those of you who have a bird of paradise to look at the top of the mat and maybe a couple hops or one big great hop, that left foot comes forward. Step into your left foot. Listen really closely. You might stop here. Otherwise, begin to lift your right heel, anchor into that left foot, keep your bind, and slide your right toes up the inseam to your left knee, and then begin to straighten out. If you can open up your heart, pull that right thigh in closer, and once you're straight and standing, keep that right leg as straight as possible. Beautiful work. Find the peak of your posture, the peak of your breath. Hallelujah, and release, right foot down in a slow reversal. Hop or step that left foot back. Open up to your side angle, reverse your warrior 2. Reach up, sweep up, take it back, side body stretch. Exhale your hands down. Adding on one more time, square off your shoulders and your hips. For those of you who have a leg extension in your side plank, peace fingers, see these, your hippie fingers? Right between your first and second toe, and then grab onto that big toe. Begin to roll to the outer edge of your left foot, and then take your time. Don't be in a hurry here. Start to kick that right leg forward and all the way up. Remember to resist the earth with your left palm. Create that rainbow shape with your body. And the more you lift your hips, the more stable you're going to feel. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Ekapada Chaturanga, if that's a part of your practice. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing. Deep inhalation. This time a lion's breath. Stick out your tongue, eyes wide. And I know I can't hear you, but somehow I think we can do better. Take a deep breath. Let it roar. Good. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step, walk, or hop. Halfway lift. And exhale, down. Chair pose, sit low, hands high. One more time, and you are going strong. Bring your hands to heart center, lean forward, revolve left side. Find your strength. Pull that right knee back, twist to the left. Now, your dristy moves to the floor, right at that left foot. That's where we're anchoring. Push into that left foot, and see if you can flamingo your right leg. Maybe you kickstand those toes. Pull your navel in. Maybe you float that right foot all together. Option to slide or drag that right foot to the back of the mat, slow and steady. If you can hover, then take your time, then float very gently. Once you've landed in your revolved crescent, activate from the right side. Try to float that right hip. You're going to feel that deepening of the twist. And then turn your heart towards your thumbs. Maybe you fly your arms if you did so on the other side. Opening up to warrior 2, a beautiful windmill. Feel the air through your fingers as you open up your body to face the right side of your mat. A nice long stance, arms level. We all need to bend that left knee a little bit more. And breathe. Something about strong holds that's so good for us. Begin to reach forward, exhale, rotate your arms 6 and 12. Find your wrap to start. Right hand goes back of your hand against your hip crease. Option for a full bind. Peace fingers meet underneath this left thigh. Wraps and binds are for deepening of twist. Roll that right shoulder back. Find length in your spine. If you went to bird, gaze to that front left foot and slide or step that right foot forward. Anchor into your right toes. Take your time coming up. If you fall, just get right back in. Start to stand. And once you have erected your spine, open up your chest, shoulders back, and squeeze that left belly in. Don't forget your leg straight here. Then kick. Only if your spine is straight. Begin to kick. Find the peak of the pose, whatever that looks like for you, the peak of your breath. And you did it. Set that left foot down. If you can, maintain your bind and a slow reversal. Open up your arms and reverse your warrior. Paint the colors of the rainbow. Very good. Cartwheel your hands down. Vasisthasana. Optional peace finger bind leg extension. Again, move through your transition slow and fluid. Calculated and methodical. Kick that left leg up. Resist with your right palm. You're using your obliques. Take a deep breath. Ekapada chaturanga. Can you float through, keeping that left leg lifted? Inhale and savoring. And exhale. Now we're facing dog. Good. One more big breath here. Come on down to child's pose. Bring your knees wide and your big toes to touch. Press your sit bones towards your heels. Keep your arms nice and long for this one. Third eye to the mat. And take a moment to just relax that Ujjayi Pranayama. Come into a natural, normal breath. And notice how your body thanks you. The breath seems to reach deeper. And so we recognize that the importance of prana on our mats teaches our bodies to breathe more thoroughly, even when we're not in practice mode of that breath work. Good. With your arms active and reaching to the top of the mat, let's go a little swaying from side to side. Right shoulder dips, right shoulder heavy. There's a tiny little twist from beneath the ribs. And move it over to the left side. Left shoulder dips, left shoulder heavy. Notice as you go from side to side, there's a nice shoulder stretch with finding space underneath the scapula. It might even feel good in your ribs, in your lats, in your triceps, or your low back. And let's hold it over to the right side and see if you can create a little more sensation. Maybe walk those right fingers further forward or push the palm down. That has an odd way of holding. And then switch to the left, holding that dip to the left side. Create more space, experiment. How can we move into deeper spaciousness? Good. And bring it back to center and rest. Little bend in your elbows, tailbone still moving heavy towards your heels for a breath. Here's what gratitude feels like physically. We're going to press into our palms and slowly rise. Walk your wrists back. Send your right foot to the back of the mat, toes tucked, high plank pose, left foot back. So this time for dolphin, drop down first on your left forearm and then on your right. So traditionally, we keep this 11 shape with our arms. We want that perfect alignment. If you have tender shoulders, I'm a big fan of bringing hands together and crossing thumbs. So if you're a boxer, if you're a runner, you just have tender shoulders, bring the hands together. It's okay to do that. Otherwise, keep it traditional. And then begin to tippy-toe your feet forward. Dolphin. Push your shoulders back. You can bend your knees if your back is really tight, if your hamstrings are really tight. But try to concave your chest, and let's see if we can get that right leg to go way up towards outer space. If you have some hiccups, by all means, go ahead and take them. Lift your pelvic floor as you do this, and do not look behind you. Always look between your forearms. One more hop, and then switch. We have that other side, right foot down, left leg lifts. Let's go 4 hops. Unless you're holding, that's okay. Good, last one. Beautiful. Bring that left foot to the floor, walk it back. Drop down to your knees, this time passive child's pose. Third eye to your mat, and your arms go down the sides of your body, palms facing up, and rest. If you haven't already, make sure that you are in that ujjayi mode. Let's bring the hands under the shoulders and we'll lift all the way up. So today I'm just going to have you come to sit on your right or left hip and swing your legs forward. Ooh, I think I'm like sparkling today here. So we're going to just kind of scoot our bottoms forward a little bit, starting with a tiny bend in the knees and going into a passive stretch. So a little bit of knees, separate your feet hips distance, inhale, arms go up. Exhale, folding over your legs and then relaxing your arms next to your side. So we don't need to grab our toes for this passive fold. Just allow them to hang or relax wherever they fall. And then see if you can let go without forcing. So it's a matter of just relaxing your neck, feeling that sensation in your spine. Your toes might start to fall forward or out towards the side. That's okay. And this is sort of a restorative fold, so we're just kind of checking in to see what happens in the body if we let it do whatever it does without our controlling it. If there's pain in your neck, be sure to lift your head. Take another breath here. Hands underneath shoulders, and then press all the way up. Good, so now you know the difference between passive and active stretching. Let's bring our feet together. Flex your toes in Dandasana, engage your quadriceps. Inhale, arms go up, nice long spine. Push your heart forward and begin to lean forward. Wherever your back begins to round, that's where I want you to drop your hands. That might be your shins. You might be able to grab your toes. Pull your heart forward. Press your tailbone back in a pooching sort of action, and then begin to roll in. You might not be able to bring your head all the way down, and that's okay. But if you can relax your head and neck, then by all means, go there. See how it feels. Be your best teacher here and tap into sensation. Can you pull back on your toes? Can you find that discomfort that's healing? Slide your hands under your shoulders, push the earth away, try not to activate your back to lift. All right, so we're gonna bend our knees and scoot even further forward. If you're gonna need the block, then you wanna make sure that you have your block or your pillow pushed towards the back of your mat. Let's reach through with our fingers and start to take it back, round and roll, vertebra by vertebra onto the floor. Once your back is flat, bring your knees up to your chest as though there were a unit, press them together, and then start to draw some circles with them. This will feel really good on your sacrum. Somehow those kick-ups sometimes engage all those muscles. And so we really want to give them a nice massage. Let's reverse the circles. Beautiful. And we're going to lower our feet down for a couple rounds of back bend. So slide your heels towards your buttocks. Make sure your knees are hips distance and bring your arms down your sides, palms facing the earth. Push into your heels, lift your pelvis, and delicately peel your spine from bottom to top. So I invite you to interlace your fingers and shuffle your shoulder heads under. That helps to burst the heart. Now drive force down, but also slightly forward with your feet to get that real big bursting sensation. And also the quadriceps start to pick up all the slack here. If you lift your toes and press down and forward with those heels, keep your chin off your chest. One more big breath. And exhale, take it down vertebra by vertebra. Knees to chest is our counter posture. Always smart to reverse these poses. We're going second round of bridge. Now, if you have a wheel, I suggest taking wheel instead. So maybe thumbs come next to your ears and your fingers point down the mat. Still, we walk the heels in. You're going into wheel, find crown of head first. Pop up to the crown of your head, and then when you're ready, push the earth away. Still, we want to squeeze your thighs together here. You can try lifting your heels if there's too much pressure in your low back. But then begin to push your heart towards the back wall. Lengthen through your arms, round down into your hands. Can you look between your wrists? Take a deep breath. And exhale down to the crown of your head. Wheels and bridge roll all the way to the flat of your back. Knees to chest and counter that back bend. Maybe you rock it side to side. Very good. And we're going to release our feet down once more. So I have a treat for you guys today. I do like to incorporate some of my favorite postures from time to time. So today we'll do a figure 4, right angle to left thigh. This is not my favorite pose, but we'll get there soon enough, and believe me, I'll tell you when. First, just thread the needle and interlace the fingers underneath your left thigh. Flex your right foot, especially if you have sensitive knees, and then begin to pull in. So engaging your biceps while rolling your sacrum flat. Maybe that right elbow helps to guide that right knee a little bit further forward. And discomfort is your true guide here. The more you move into discomfort, the more you'll begin to open up fascial tissue. Just make sure that you are not locating pain. So in this way, discomfort is our friend. Think of energetically pressing your right sit bone further away. Good. Now I want you to keep your figure 4, but set your left foot down on your mat. Arms are going to open up a little bit wider than your mat, palms facing down, and we're lifting our buttocks off the mat, moving it over towards the right side, just a couple inches, and set it down. Spin your entire figure 4 to the left, just like I'm doing. So we still have that right knee, it's lifting up towards the sky, and with the hand that's closest to your right ankle, reach down and grab hold of that right ankle joint. Left hand, right ankle, and right arm reaches way back behind you. Remember that discomfort is your guide, so if you feel your psoas opening up, you can create more space here by gently pressing your right knee away from your nose, an inch or less, and weighing that right sit bone towards the floor, micro movement, an inch or less. Breathe into those places of discomfort. It's so deserved. One more slow breath. Very good. And gradually bring it through center. Shake out that right hip. Whoa. Let blood rush in. You feel it. Walk your hips back to center and switch your figure 4. So now left ankle to right thigh. And we'll thread the needle. Interlace your fingers underneath your right thigh. Roll your tailbone down and begin to pull with your arms. Maybe that left elbow helps to guide that left knee a little further forward. And you can think of energetically pressing that left sit bone away. Sometimes it just takes a bit of mindfulness to find the right spot and help to open up that left hip. Very good. We'll release our bind, opening up the arms wider than the mat. Set your right foot down on the floor. Push into your right foot, lift your buttocks, move it over to the left a few inches, and then spin your entire figure 4 to the right. So essentially the sole of your left foot is touching the ground. Now the hand that's closest to that left ankle will grab hold, and then your left arm reaches way back. Activate from your shoulder. In micro movement, an inch or less, press that left knee away from your nose and weigh your left sit bone towards the floor. And I just tell people, you're going to feel this wherever you're tightest. It might be psoas, it might be your hip, it could be your IT band. Beautiful. And we'll just gently move to center and shake out that left leg. Align your spine in the middle of your mat. Bring your knees up to your chest. Open up your arms to a T, yogis. Look to the left and drape your knees off to the right, trying to keep them stacked as best as possible. I realize sometimes that doesn't work. If you feel this twist is too much in your spine, then grab your pillow or your prop, if you have a yoga block, underneath your right thigh. Sliding it under there will help to alleviate the weight of your legs. Keep your left shoulder blade heavy and breathe. And run a little experiment here. Feel what it is to breathe in at the peak of your inhalation. How does that interact with the pose? Compared to the very bottom of your exhalation. How do the two differ? With your next exhale, draw your navel to your spine, bring your knees to the lift as you breathe in. And switch, look to the right and drape your knees to the left, sliding a block or a pillow underneath your left thigh if you did so on the other side. Try to keep your right scapula heavy on your mat. And then again, experiment with your breath. Feel the peak of that inhalation in its full expansion. And the bottom of your exhale as you cinch from your waistline. Good, and gently bring it back to center. All right, yogis, such good work today. Let's move it into ball pose, wrapping your arms around your legs to give yourself a great big bear hug. And I want you to engage every single muscle in your body. Squeeze your inner thighs, flex your toes, engage your arms and pull down. Take the deepest breath so far today. And all at once, open up into your corpse pose, Shavasana. Remember, just like the name implies, to be still, be like a corpse. We are leaving the body. And so we begin to transcend into that energetic realm of thought and emotion. Let's see if we can also here find stillness. Allow for all perceptions to pass you by, whether physical or mental. And rest in that perfect place of calm. Let's begin to take a slow, deep breath in. So find some small movements, fingers and toes. Work your way in and up, maybe turning your head left. And a wall-to-wall stretch, embracing the curvature of your spine. Bend your knees and roll to one side for your fetal position. Allow yourself to be in that vibration of rebirth, recognizing every single moment as an opportunity to start again. And we're going to push the earth away with that upper hand and come all the way up to a comfortable seat. So just as we began our practice, sitting in Sukhasana, you can bring that block under your sits bones and chest, feeling really good in your body. And then take your hands to heart center, and let's find that deep breath in through the nose, out of your mouth, let it go. We'll bow inward towards self, honoring that this is a practice and a journey through self. Touch your thumbs to your third eye, Agna, seat of wisdom. Lift your head and acknowledge your high values in life. And then we'll bow, sealing in this practice, grateful for shared time and space. Together we say, Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for joining me and others today on Zoom. And wherever you might be finding this video, across YouTube. I hope to see you guys in the very near future. I'm Lauren Nelson, and this is Melt Power 2. Blessings.